Oh, hey, here we are. Here we are. Here we
Happy
are.
Thursday.
She says she's not hearing us. She says she's not hearing us. Let's go and see what's going on here because I should be hearing us. I should be hearing us. I should be hearing us. Taking the journey. Come on.
Let us see what is going on. Bear with us as we go through what
Yeah.
we have to go through to see or hear
What
what
is
we can
going
hear.
on here? And let's see here. Man, what's going on here? I hate this when it
Yeah,
happens.
we are not
We're
being
not
heard.
going. Well, let's bring her up. Hey, can you hear us at all? She said she can't hear us at all.
I am having some type of technical difficulty. I came outside. Now I can get on, but I can't hear a thing. So
Okay, you
I'm
can't.
going to attempt one more time to see if I can hear you guys. Hello,
Okay.
everyone. But I can't hear anyone. So
Okay.
I'm going to try again. Okay.
So maybe it's,
No, let her try again.
yeah, maybe it's on her end and we are being heard.
No, I'm trying to listen to us right here.
Okay, and you can't?
No, I'm not getting a chance to hear us right now. And that's what I'm trying to do, find out online what's going on here.
Okay.
It's not one thing, it's another thing.
It always is.
Let me see.
Did you hear the intro and all that?
Mm-hmm.
And did you hear the intro and all of that?
Wow, it did even go on there. It says we're live, but
we are having technical difficulties, if you can read my lips.
I'm trying to check and see. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, we're on.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we're on. Because I'm listening right now. We're on right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, we've been alive. We've been alive. So go right ahead.
We will try this again.
She's live. Okay, she is live.
Yes.
So it was our guest that
yes.
we usually have that's having a problem. Go
yes.
right ahead.
So as I said before, happy Thursday, and we are so glad that you are with us again, and we're glad that we are able to be with you again.
Yeah.
And I am Zare, and I am here with my wonderful husband, Aymar, and we are taking the journey together, taking this journey that we have been on for a little while and making it a great journey. Anything you want to say?
No, I'm just glad to see that we are alive working.
Yes.
And it definitely has to do with what's going on with her. I don't know what it is. She's trying to get back in again.
Yes. So what we're going to do right now is I am going to, while he is trying to get everything squared away on his end, what I'm going to do is read our belief statement to everyone. And the belief statement goes like this. And that is, we are going to relate. It doesn't matter what your mother, father, sister, brother, children, or even what Jesus says, we are going to relate. We get the idea that we can be friends, but we can't be lovers, or we can be lovers, but we can't be friends. And in most cases, we decide we can marry our lovers, but not our friends. At taking the journey together, we feel the need to relate in a balanced way. And when we speak of a balanced way, we believe that your best friend can be your best lover. We mean that it's okay for you to take the friendship and sharing on one side and the lover and sexual compatibility on the other side, put them together, and then work towards creating a thriving relationship, or what we call healthy relationships. Okay? And so that's our belief statement.
Yes, it is. It definitely is.
Yes. And so when we start having technical difficulties like this, that means that it is imperative that you listen to the show, because there's going to be some good information that you need to hear. And so we're just, these little um, hiccups are just things to give you a great chance to
Mhm.
get in on it so that you don't miss a beat.
Mhm.
And so we're glad you're with us.
And I'm
And
typing on the wrong thing all the time. Can you believe that? Go ahead.
yes, we are glad you're with us, and we are going to keep this moving. And and it's a funny thing that I'm going to just kind of talk a little bit before we get started,
Mm-hmm.
because you're doing what you're doing. What we have to do today, or what we're going to talk about today, has to do with it. Kind of coincides with what's been going on with us. School started back for me yesterday, so I'm back at work with children as of yesterday. And, we have been moving towards getting things set up for the past week or a little over a week. And everything is going great. And it started off today. Yesterday, I have had 2 days of great experiences and enjoying the wonderful children that I am dealing with. And I call them children, but they are children to me, but they are believing that they're grown folks, and they're not quite children anymore, and they're not quite grown folks yet. I deal with seniors, high school seniors, and so they're kind of at that in between stage where they are getting more responsibility on different levels. And but we're going to talk today about parenting in the sense that we are able to give to our children what is going to make them
Mm-hmm.
thrive in the future. So we're not only looking with taking the journey, we're not only taking the journey together, we're not only looking at the couples and the couples relationships, but we're also looking at the extended couple, which includes the children.
Yes. Something that most of the time when we do our show, we don't necessarily include our children. I'll be honest with you. Don't we do that many times, even in real life?
Yes, we do.
Many times
You're
we
being-
don't just
yes,
keep on
yeah,
talking.
we do.
We
we
don't.
do.
Many times don't even include our children in real life.
Right.
We do that thing of sit at the child's table.
Yes.
um, speak when you're spoken to.
Yeah.
Hey, this is adult conversation, and so we don't talk to them at all.
Mhm.
And we talk to them like they're children, and they feel like they're not even connected in the relationship because of that. You ever
Right.
notice that?
I do. I am fortunate in that I grew up and we didn't have a children's table. We did good to have a table. But it was just kind of like if there was so many people, we would pull out the card table, but it
Mhm.
wasn't children sit over there and everybody else. It was just, it was not like that. So I didn't have that. Now I did have the stay out of grown folks' business.
Mhm.
I did have that, but all that meant to me was go stand behind the door
Mhm.
and listen in anyway. I was
Oh,
I
you
was
mean
that
you
child.
mean you were like everybody else, huh?
Yeah,
We do that same thing, sadly,
yes.
and wrongly.
Exactly.
And you get your whoopings, you get your spanking.
I didn't, because I didn't really get caught. I was so quiet anyway. They didn't know I was there, but if they
Oh.
did, they just let it ride. But the thing of it is, the problem with that is sometimes when you are a child and you're hiding behind the door and you're listening, you don't get a good understanding of what the grown folks are talking about, and you may need to have that understanding.
Mhm.
So, it's doing the children a disservice when you do that.
Well, let's start like we have been doing these short segments, usually about 4 segments we have on the program. This is one of the segments we do now. As you know, we've changed to go into segments when it comes to taking the journey together. So you can get some information and knowledge that you need, not really like a fast food, but let's say more of a gourmet from the standpoint you get so many different choices. Not a gourmet, what's that kind of meal that's gone?
Buffet.
A buffet. So we're going to start with the first part of our episode that we're going to get into. And I want you to first read that first saying that has to do with what we're talking about.
Should we tell the title first?
Yes, I thought you already did. I'm
No,
sorry because I
no.
was working on things. Go ahead. You should have. Go
Our
ahead.
title is When the Dream Forgets the Children.
Mm,
And that is definitely an important piece that we look for.
yes. When the dream
Forgets the children.
forgets the children. I want you to
Mhm.
share with your friends, share with your enemies, share with people that you love, especially share with your children, hopefully,
Mhm.
from that end. They're
And
going to need to
people-
hear this.
And people you know who have children,
Exactly.
because they may have, they may not be too clear on this either. Okay. So let's start with this quote.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents. It's a quote by Carl Jung. I'm going to say it again. The greatest tragedy of the family is the unlived lives of the parents. What do you think about that?
Well, many of us don't understand that many times we try to live our lives through our children. Now, a lot of
Yes.
African Americans do that. They try to live the life of their children, from the Venus father,
Mhm.
who's some other particular great ethics that basically the parents try to live their life through, and it came to pass from that.
Most of us, that is,
Mhm.
you know, including, when you look and you see the famous athletes and things
Mhm.
like that whose children are following in their footsteps, that's to be expected. But when you look on your block
Mhm.
and you see all those parents that, for example, I know when my son was running track, there was his track coach. He ran with a private club. His track coach was coaching his son, and it was kind of like living his dream. We have a lot of regular people who live vicariously through their children, their unrecognized dreams and hopes. Whereas, you know, somebody could say, I always wanted to be a dancer, so I'm going to put my child in dance class starting at 3. Well, by the time the child is 6, you know, it's a struggle to get the child to go to dance classes because they don't really like it.
Mm.
And then the parents are fighting with them to go on and do this, but it's the parents' dream, not theirs.
So now we move into the fact that there are a lot of parents that we just have to face it. They are living in which way?
Vicariously
What?
through their children.
No. The greatest tragedy of family is the unlived lives of the parents.
Yes. So, and then that's what they're doing, living their unlived.
Well, this has to do with the fact that they had parents before.
Mm-hmm.
And so they may be trying to live the lives of their parent.
Yes.
And in turn, because they're doing that, they are more concentrated on what they feel, how the life should live.
Yeah. Yes.
You don't get that, do you?
I do. I do. As a matter of fact, I'm a product of that. It just so happens that it worked out for me.
Mm-hmm.
My mother, from the time I was very little, she said, my girls are going to college.
Mm-hmm.
And we did. We just, but she didn't care what we went to college to be.
Mm-hmm.
But college was one of those things that she was denied for financial reasons,
Mhm.
for, life circumstances and things of that sort. She was denied that opportunity to go to college.
Mm-hmm.
So she pushed that towards us, but she didn't push it in a very forceful way. She just pushed it by saying it.
Mm-hmm.
It helped for us not to understand that was something that was important to her, because she didn't get a chance to do it, because we lived between two colleges. We lived between Tennessee State and Fisk University. So that college life was something that we saw all the time and sort of aspired to. Our teachers also encourage that.
Yeah.
But that was not like, I didn't like school. I didn't want, to go in for it was a different type of thing.
Yeah. Well, basically, what we're saying is that many parents, of course, are living the life that they didn't have or
Mhm.
the life that their already parents had. And they're living it in their relationship with their children.
Mhm.
And it doesn't make a balanced relationship,
Right.
which is why we're kind of muddling through this, because most of the time we just concentrate on the us's and the
Mhm.
relationship, not the children.
Yes.
And the children are just as important because they're also part of the us, which is called family.
Yes.
Let's give example. Give an example of maybe what a father does.
Okay, and this is when the kids grow up in the parent's shadow.
Mhm.
It says a father becomes a very respected motivational speaker. He travels every week. He's booked solid. His child only sees him through YouTube clips and Facebook, but never at the dinner table.
I will speak of the old school saying of those children and who that person is. It would be typically a pastor.
Yeah,
And his children are the what?
they're the ones
The
that
pastor's kids.
are waiting to see
The
that.
pastor's kids.
Yes.
They live under the shadow of that pastor. And
Exactly.
especially if this pastor is very well known,
Yeah.
very big, has a big mega church.
Mm-hmm.
He lives his life through that church,
Yeah.
that dream, taking care of all those people, being Jesus Christ like. But the children, all that pastor's kid living under the shadow. There's an example right there
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that happens. Go ahead. What's
Yes.
another one?
A mother finally becomes a best-selling author, but her daughter says, "Your book knew more about me than you did."
Mm.
That would be a painful statement to
Can-
hear.
Yeah, by the way, before we move, who was the lady that was young lady who was with our program before? What was her name? That was on the last particular program. Well, she wasn't in the program, but she was listening.
LaShonda. I think
LaShonda.
her name is.
Um,
Yes.
what, LaShonda, if you're listening, please make sure that you come back on again, or at least, listen, I forgot to send her a link.
Chime in.
Yeah, to chime in from that end. I guess that didn't happen, but it'd been lovely to have her chime in. We'll have to look for it next time. But
Mm-hmm.
that reminds me of a young sister we knew of. Very charismatic,
Mm-hmm.
very open.
Mm-hmm.
Her energy was very powerful. Young sister was running, without getting into detail, but was running through a large nonprofit organization,
Mm-hmm.
an office here right in where we live,
Yes.
and wrote a book. And I remember when we went to part of a book fair that was in Savannah, if you remember that.
I do.
And she showed up there. And it was the first time we actually saw her husband, that she even had a husband and kids.
Mhm.
And we've been interfacing with her for
Mhm.
quite a while. Am I right? And
Yeah.
it never was really mentioned that she had a husband, let alone kids.
Mhm.
And that husband, the first time we saw them, they were in the shadows,
Yes.
in the background,
right. They
and
didn't
in
even.
her shadows.
They
at
didn't.
that.
They didn't even come into the space
No,
where
they didn't.
the authors were.
No, they
They
didn't.
were sort of outside. And you have to make sure that you don't lose your family as
Mhm.
you recognize your dreams, that you are not afraid of sharing that that spotlight.
Yeah. Yeah. You can be living your dream and can become a form of absence. Where what?
Wearing a purpose mask.
Wow. I'll say it again. Someone you say, I think you can say it better than me. You can be
I-
living
I-
your dream.
Yes, you can be living your dream, and living your dream can become a form of absence, wearing a purpose mask.
Wow. That's just kind of hard to really put together, that
Yeah.
your dream could actually be nothing but a purpose mask.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most people will say living your dream is the purpose that I should be doing.
Yeah.
But no, if your children are being
Mhm.
neglected,
Yeah.
that dream is just a purpose.
Yes.
The reason why I'm not dealing with my children, the reason why I'm not balancing my life and relating to
Mhm.
is because of a purpose mask. Thinking of relationships too, many of us even do that with our jobs.
Yeah.
We're not relating well in our own relationships,
Mhm.
and we're used. My job is so important.
Yes.
I'm a doctor. I'm a lawyer. I'm a police officer. I
Mhm.
am very needed, as essential as a worker.
Yeah.
And your relationship just falls all behind, not only with
Yeah.
your children, but with your own mate,
Yes.
because the fact you wear that mask. This is
Mhm.
my purpose,
Yes.
and therefore you can't break past that.
Yeah.
We don't want you to.
You know, I fell into that at one time, not that deep, but when I was designing and making formal wear,
Mhm.
I would get caught up in my workspace, in my sewing area, working on these different projects, working on making clothes for the kids, working on, you know, whatever I was working on, especially in the summertime. I would get up, I would make breakfast, I would do some
Mhm.
things with the kids, and then I would go, or the children, and then I would go into my space, giving them tasks and things to do.
Mhm.
But sometimes I would get so caught up in it that there were a few times that my daughter would come downstairs and she would say, "Mom, are we having lunch today?" I feel so bad because I got so caught up.
Mhm.
And it didn't matter that they were self-sufficient. Now, most days I would go and check on them. I would get up from time to time and go check on them. But every now and then, especially if I was working on something that I had a deadline, or it was, you know, a problem was coming up with it, a few times I forgot to make them lunch, and she would come down and she would say that, and then I would feel so bad. And it was like, yes, you're getting lunch right now. And I would rush and do it. That should not happen.
I wonder if that meant the last time we saw her in Washington, D.C., she said, we're missing her, "You didn't always fix us breakfast all the time."
No,
Or
she
something
said
like
dinner. So I'm like,
Yeah.
you got the wrong mom you're talking about.
I wonder if it's that way. Anyway, let's move on to our next particular session. We're a little bit up. Excuse me, is it session? Oh, episode. I'm sorry.
Yeah, segment.
Segment. Thank you. Segment. Okay. What's the segment? The pendulum. What?
The pendulum swing.
From what? From self-sacrifice to self-absorption. Absorption.
Yes.
Self-sacrifice to self-absorption. In our community, we were raised by parents who gave us everything. What?
The job, travel, you know,
Dream.
the dream to hold it down.
Mhm.
Many of us said, "I'll never lose myself like that," and that was
Something we actually did for our kids,
Yeah.
especially in the African American community.
but
that
that
generation we had, the millennial generation, basically kind of living that.
Yeah.
Well, they're not living that
Well-
way. They are the one that giving their children that.
was exactly. But see, we were raised by the parents who gave up everything
Mm-hmm.
for us to move forward.
Uh-huh.
And then what we did is we became the ones that said, "I'm not going to live like that." And so we submerged ourselves in the in our job, in our success, in our building, in our moving,
Mhm.
and we forgot about our children.
Yes.
You know.
We became professional Afro-American, professional blacks,
Yes.
hustling another job on the side. And our
Yes.
kids just ran along with us. And I have to admit, there was a lot of single parent mothers, professional African-American mothers who were first time into the job market, professional job market, with government jobs, or as we see right now, their own entrepreneurship businesses.
Hmm.
And many times the child is kind of just left behind.
Yeah.
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 How about the fact that we also create a lot of latchkey kids?
Oh yeah.
Have you forgot about that?
Yeah.
For those who out there know the latchkey kid, why don't you tell what a latchkey is?
Latchkey
Mhm.
children are the ones that from a very young age they are given a key, and sometimes it's the older child that has the key and is responsible for
Mhm.
making sure that their siblings and them get into the house and lock the door, and they are there with, you know, instructions as to what to do while they're waiting on the parents to come home from work. These are kids are children who do not go to after school care or something like that. They are kids, or they are children who go home
Yes.
by themselves and have to occupy themselves for anywhere from, you know, 20 minutes to 2 to 3 hours before the parents get home.
Yeah. Yep. Sometimes sometimes like an example, a man whose mother worked for 3 jobs and was looked, and she always came home looked tired. We've seen a lot of that in our Black families,
Mhm.
single parent families, and he vowed to live big. And now he's doing just that. He hasn't been to see his son since 2nd grade. Too
Yeah.
busy.
Been to
Gotta
his
work.
school.
Yeah.
Hasn't seen it.
And as a teacher,
Yeah.
you have seen that a lot, especially when
yeah.
you worked in the African American community
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
Many of them do not show up for what? The PTA thing. When they were
Well,
supposed to
yeah,
do
but
that.
we don't have PTA around
Well,
here, but I know exactly what you're
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about. They don't show up for parent conferences. They
Mhm.
don't show up for open house. There are so many students that I have that I've had. Some of them have graduated, and I meet their parents for the first time just because they happen to be out shopping. And that shouldn't be that way.
Yeah, very, very sad.
You really need to see who is influencing your children, especially in school when they are at their most vulnerable.
His child says if you ask this child, his child was said, he loves the world, but he forgets my world.
Yeah. So it's like the world
Very
he lives in.
self-centered.
Yeah.
Very self-absorbed.
Yeah.
Me generation.
Mhm.
All about me. My child's gonna be on the side. It's no wonder why we see a lot of the younger children coming through high school and out from there. All they're thinking about is themselves.
Yeah.
They ain't thinking about no other children. They're like, I ain't got no time thinking about getting a child. And if they do, that child just becomes a casualty
Mm-hmm.
of
Yeah.
their war.
Yeah.
The war from the standpoint of, I ain't got no time to be wasting my
Exactly.
time working with them or dealing with them. I got my dream, what I want to do, or
Right.
be a big rapper, take care of
Or
my
an
business I'm
athlete
doing, or
or whatever.
athlete. I got to get my money, get paid. I ain't got no time for it.
Yeah.
And sadly, many of that casualties that many of the young sisters and young mothers out there being single, they are the ones taking over. In fact, it's got so bad in some of our communities, the grandmothers and the grandfathers
Mhm.
are taking care of the children
Yeah.
because that man and young woman are basically running after their dreams and self-absorbed. Their
And-
babies having babies.
Right. And here's an aspect that when you just said that just came to my
Mhm.
mind that we hadn't talked about. And that is the aspect of what's happening now and what I see a lot of now.
Mhm.
We have parents working these jobs from all these different hours and stuff. And now
Mhm.
the children are teenagers and they get a job,
Mhm.
they get a car, they're living their own lives. But
Mhm.
what's happening is they're going to school and they're working all these hours. And then when they come home from school, they go to their rooms.
Mhm.
They're in the video games. They're, in chat rooms and doing all this other thing, but they still are not interfacing with their parents.
Mhm.
They still don't do that. And so that builds a bigger space, a bigger opening gap between the parents and children, because now everybody is reaching for their dreams, but
Mhm.
nobody is reaching for each other.
Exactly. One generation sacrifice can create the next generation self-centeredness unless we find the balance.
Exactly.
And that's what we're seeing.
Mm-hmm.
That's exactly what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Our kids coming up. The next generation comes so
Yeah.
self-centered. Let's do one more, then we're going to go right into our break real quickly.
Yeah.
After we do this last segment, before we go into our break, it's called Children Don't Remember Hustle. They remember presence.
Yes.
And when you think about our new millennium young folks, they are all about the hustle.
Mm-hmm.
They're all
Yeah.
about trying to get paid. They're all about
Yes.
trying to chase that dream, that direction.
The problem is a lot of them are just haphazardly
Mhm.
chasing something that vaguely resembles a dream.
Yes.
They don't have hobbies. They don't have things that they enjoy doing. They're just jumping from one money making thing to another money making thing.
Mhm.
And, and they'll jump for 10 cent more,
Mhm.
10
Mhm.
cent more an hour, $1 more an hour, but it's not something that they want to build a future
Mhm.
in. And they don't research what they want to build a future in. They just see mom and dad made money and this is how they did it. So I'm going to
Mhm.
make money too. And I'm going to be more successful than them. But that's where the conversation needs to come in.
Yeah, and that's where it's actually dying.
Mm-hmm.
The example, mom building an empire, but missing the prom send off. The
Yes.
dad who pays for private school, but never shows up for career, or the dad that's always in the studio all the time, but never goes around to see the son. Or even bring the son to the studio with
Yes.
him.
Yes.
The artist who says, I should have said that one as the artist, but anyway, the artist who says, I'm doing this for them, but their kids are being raised by either their tablet or the what?
Well, by both the tablet and takeout.
Exactly.
You know,
exactly.
What we need to pay attention to is kids don't understand your why you're doing it. They feel your absence.
Exactly.
So why doesn't matter.
Yeah.
The fact that you're not there is what matters.
So legacy means nothing, folks out there. If your child only has memories of your voicemail and your text, again, legacy. And some of young brothers, some of young sisters are trying to build legacy. That's what you say you're all about, where you're chasing your dream, chasing your job. It don't mean nothing for your child or your children if they only have memories of your voicemail and the text. Those things can be erased.
Oh, yeah.
They can be erased.
Yes.
Okay. I think it's time for us to move on to our, where are we moving to now?
We're getting ready to move into our break. So
Our breaks,
don't
yes.
go anywhere. Stay with us, and we will be
Right back.
back.
Hello, world. We're here, serving Savannah, Atlanta, Jacksonville, Brooklyn, Houston, Philadelphia, Los Angeles, and the world. The best music all the time. The greatest songs ever made, every time. Tune in to Hot 2100 Savannah and get a taste for your ears. Hot 2100 Savannah, serving Savannah and the world.
I see why you mad, you ain't swaggin' like this.
Need your garments cleaned with care and with a professional touch? Then bring them to One Price Cleaners in Garden City at the Old Farmers Market on Highway 80. Service you can count on.
Yeah. Hey, we are back.
Yes, we are. One thing I want to say real quick is take into consideration or keep in mind that we are relationship coaches, and you can reach us through Mind at Rest Couples Coaching, especially if you want to talk or you want to bring some grounding to your relationship.
Here's the information they have, because we don't have an
Yes.
email called Mind at Rest Coaching, which we should.
Exactly. And that's what I was moving into.
Uh-huh.
You can reach us through takingthejourneytogether@gmail.com, or call us at 876-763-1324, and just let us know, leave us a message or one in either place, and just let us know what it is that you're needing, and we will get back to you. That's takingthejourneytogether@gmail.com,
Mhm.
or call us at 786-763-1324.
Yes, and those who do leave that message, as you have been doing, make sure you let us know where you heard us from, and what is it that is your concern, so we can get back with you. All right. There's another one. Did you put this information there for them to know?
Well, now is the time. On Facebook, you can find us at TTJ Together. On Instagram, you can find us at Taking the J Together.
And
We are on
I didn't put it up there, but we are now on the Tickety Talk.
we're on the Tickety Talk.
Yes, we're on the Tickety
Ooh.
Talk. So we've already got quite a few people looking at us on the Tickety Talk. We just started that last week.
Yes.
We'll be actually a guest also too, with someone that's kind of well known on TikTok. So be looking forward to give you our TikTok
Information. Yes.
and we're also on YouTube too, so you can also check us out on YouTube. We'll give you all that information once we in turn get the link up here. But yeah, we're just still expanding and moving. Get that message out. I think that's important. Once you all talk about our old stay so, well, what do you call it? Old what?
And guess what? We're back on
Yes.
WRUU. But instead of being on Saturdays, we are now on Thursday mornings. So you can catch both of our shows
Mhm.
on Thursdays. WRUU on Thursday mornings at 11 o'clock. And that's 10, what is it? 102.
107.5.
107.5.
You've always had a problem.
I always have, and I don't know why. 107.5 WRUU at 11 o'clock on Thursday mornings. And then you can catch us again on Thursday evenings right here. And both shows will be different. The one on WRUU and the one in the evening will be different. So don't think you can catch one and then the other or the other at later on that day. They're two different shows that'll be on.
Exactly. Always had a problem. I always have one. I wonder what that is that popped up. Anyway, make sure that you share, because we're going to move on. Yes. Share, friends, family, your children too. Now we're going to move on and let you know, even though we are referring to our children in this and how our dreams we live because of going through what our family didn't do or what our society says,
Or
and we
what-
leave our kids
Yes.
out. We also need to understand we do that in our own relationships.
Yes.
Many times, if you're doing that with your children, you're already doing that with your
Mhm.
partner. You
Yeah.
are more following your dream, following your job, more following that than you
Yes.
are in your relationship. And there's no balance that's going on.
That's like you always say, in a relationship, a lot of people say you do your thing and I do your thing, and that's how we get along. Well,
Yeah.
the truth of the matter is, most of the time anymore, it's you do your thing, I do my thing, and we'll meet up somewhere along the way for, appearances.
Yes, yes.
So,
yes.
but where are the children while you're making appearances together? They're nowhere to be found.
Exactly.
They're making an appearance in their room someplace.
Yes.
So, it's time to bring the family together. It's time to have communication.
And don't let that dream forget that children. That's our segment right now. Don't let that
Yes.
children. Don't let the dream forget the children.
Hmm.
And on that, we're going to have you, Sharon, because you did so much spoken word before when I first met you in Denver, and you still have that flair to do that spoken word. I wanted you to speak a poem that I did that has to do with this issue. Can you go ahead and give this to us
Absolutely.
right now?
It's called Don't Let the Dream Forget the Children. You wanted to show them the sky, so you took off flying. built wings out of the same ashes your parents choked on. You said, they'll thank me later. They'll understand when they're older. They'll know I did it for them. But sometimes later never comes. Sometimes understand feels like abandonment. Sometimes the dream grows wings, but the roots starve. You can't water a child with the rain of your ambition alone. Because dreams don't tuck them in at night. Legacy doesn't hold their hand, and freedom doesn't feel free when love feels scheduled. You ain't got to choose one or the other, but you do got to check the scale. Make sure the weight of your calling ain't crushing the ones you claim to uplift. So build, fly, create, but don't forget to pause, to look into their eyes and say, you matter right now, not just when the dream comes true. Because your dream is not complete if your child grows up feeling like a footnote in your story.
How many folks who listen to that are moved? You might be moved in tears too. I know that there are many fathers who were absent from their time with their children and never built a dream with them and never saw the dreams of their children, especially in our African-American community. As I came out as a young man without a father and who just had the blessing of being able to see my son after almost 10, 13 years, not seeing him, not connecting to him, and getting to see his dreams now that he's had to create on his own without me. Not getting into detail why that happened, but it happened. And now I'm trying to help him with his dreams. And at the same time, he's also helping me with my dreams by pulling and seeing what I have been doing that's been successful through the Sankofa principle to help him out as he moves forward. You don't have to feel that it's too late if you let their dreams out there because you were too busy about your dreams. You don't have to feel left out or it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
You still have the opportunity to
Reconnect with their dreams or connect with their dreams.
By forgiving, by yourself first, and them, and then them, and the situation that's caused that situation to have happened or had happened, and then move on, embracing who you are and embracing who they are too.
Mm-hmm.
So that now you both have a chance to build a dream together.
Yeah.
What do you think about that?
And that's absolutely true. Sometimes we think it's too late. Mm-hmm. Too much time has passed. But do you want that time to continue to pass until you're at a point where you can no longer make amends, you can no longer make it up, you can no longer build together, you don't know where it can go? We've got to stop saying, oh, it's too late, because what that is you're living your guilt. First, you lived your dream and left them behind. Now you're living your guilt and leaving them behind. So, at what point do you stop putting yourself, your fears, your feelings first and start putting your child's or your children's feelings first? That's the question, and you have to do it. At some point, we have to realize that our children are here because of our decision, and we need to be there for them. not the other way around.
So how do you think we can do that? Because this segment, as we move on, and this segment talks a little bit more about it.
The
Soul
soul
Solutions. What does balance actually look like with our children?
Mhm.
Because balanced parents, balanced couples have to take the same principle to be able to balance with their children
Yes.
too.
Yes.
10 things or a couple of things that we want to give you as tools to help you out. For example, what's the number one tool?
10 uninterrupted minutes a day with your child. No phone, no agenda, just eye contact, presence, and listening.
Wow.
And one of the great ways to do this, that I was no expert at the time, and I just fell into happenstance. I was blessed in this way. When I would pick up the kids from one of my children went to work with me at some point in time. I would have, because they went to school where I worked. But when I would pick them up from school, it was time to talk. We would, my son, I would say, "How was your day today? And what did you do?" And he would say, "It was fine and nothing." But that was him.
Mm-hmm.
I knew sooner or later it would come up and I would get it. My daughter, on the other hand, she would give me a play-by-play from the first thing in the morning when she got to school till school was out and I picked her up.
Yes.
And I say that to say, you may not cherish that time in the car. You think, "Oh, well, it's just time in the car." Put on your headphones, the children put on their headphones and life goes on. But don't put the headphones on. Don't turn the radio on. Listen to them, talk to them, tell them about your day and encourage them to talk about your day.
Mm-hmm.
That's 10 minutes
Mm-hmm.
at least.
Number 2, legacy conversations. Invite your children into your mission. This is what I do. Here's where I started. How does it feel to you? And then ask them, what's your dream? How can I support you?
Yeah.
Don't send them to that table. That's a child's table. Sit
Yeah.
over there. Or these questions, you name them to be adult conversations.
Mhm.
So you don't need to get this conversation at all.
Be
We
open.
can't do that. We got to do that. We can't do that. We're trying to give you some balance in your relationship
Mhm.
with your children too. What's the number
Yes.
3?
Number 3 is scheduled absence and scheduled presence.
Mm.
If you travel or grind, build your returns like reunions. For example, a mom who FaceTimes her child every night from hotel rooms and follows up with a Just Us weekend once a month. So the scheduled time away, the scheduled absence, is filled with the FaceTime every night. The scheduled presence is a Just for Us weekend once a month. The children will start looking forward to that. And they will expect it, they will want it, and everybody feels important because of that. Or another side is a father who builds a Wednesday walk ritual to connect no matter how busy he is, and it's something that will benefit both the father and the children, because you're getting exercise and you're talking to one another and you're in a neutral environment, and you're doing something that makes a difference. And it doesn't matter what the circumstances are with your children. You can still spend that time. Game night, family game night. When I was growing up, we used to play games together all the time, and we always felt close during that time. We played card games, we played board games, and things like that. And it was always a time where that was full of laughter and getting to know each other and where our strengths were and things of that sort.
Yeah. Yeah. Game night. I like that. What's the next one?
Rituals of repair.
Rituals of repair.
Mm-hmm.
If you drop the ball on it, okay,
Own it.
own it. Thank you. Not on it, own it. If you drop the ball, own it. How many times have we ran into that situation because of PRIDE? We say, I don't do anything wrong. So with
Mhm.
my children, I will never give them perception that I dropped the ball on
Yes.
anything.
Yes.
And the first thing I do is transport that guilt trip. I
Mm-hmm.
put it on them
Yes.
and not me take the responsibility
Right.
at all.
Right.
Because I'm never wrong. We can't do that. Own it.
Yes.
Own that.
I forgot your birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm so sorry, but we're going to celebrate it tonight one way or the other.
Exactly.
Your gift is coming, but we're going to go to Baskin Robbins, or I don't even know if Baskin Robbins is still open,
Yeah.
or Dairy Queen, and get you an ice cream cake, whatever, whatever the child is interested in. I forgot. I'm sorry. I got caught up. No excuse. And you are that important to me that we're going to do something now. What do you want to do?
Exactly. That goes also on the same side. We may have to do that with our own mates.
Exactly.
Anniversaries,
Exactly.
birthdays, and we may have forgot. I'm not
Here's-
saying I've ever
Here's
did.
a flower I picked out of the garden. I forgot, but I did remember to get this flower for you out of the garden.
These are rituals of repair. That's what we're talking about.
Yes.
I've been start small.
Mhm.
Okay, ice cream, affirmations, joint, journaling, and bedtime talks.
Yeah.
Every one of them that you do with your children, make sure you maybe start your own relationship with your
Mhm.
mate.
Yes.
Then it makes it easier to pass it on them
Yes.
because then they see you to do it,
Right.
and then you end up having them pass on that very
Mhm.
habit in the
Yes.
next relationship.
Yes. And don't be rushed.
Mm-hmm.
I remember sitting with my children on either side of me, and my son, I was really working to teach him to read because he was, going into school. He was in the early years of school, and so he would have to read his little book to my daughter and me, and then it was time for her book that she chose, and I would read her book to them, and that got old with her real quick.
Mm.
And it was, I want to read my book, but she didn't know the words. So I would have to tell her the word and then she would read it. I would tell her the word and then she would say it. And that would add sometimes an hour to the time that we should have, that we had allotted for that. But she learned the words. So we have this 2-year-old insisting on reading her picture books that has a few words on it, but she learned to read
Mm-hmm.
early because of that. You take time with your children and find out what they
with you.
want. Exactly.
I'll say it again. You take time with your children, you'll find out many times, not only will they take time with you, but many times they've been longing to take time
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go on to our next section. Hey, remember, if you've been chasing something and you forget to sit with them because that changes today.
Yeah.
That will change today. Next segment, closing segment, Ubuntu and what?
Recommitment.
Recommitment.
Reflection. Ubuntu means I am because we are. But if my I grows while the we shrinks, I've forgotten the meaning. One more time. Ubuntu means I am because we are. But if my I grows while the we shrinks, I've forgotten the meaning. That's because I've forgotten that I am because we are. We have to grow together in order for us to live the meaning of Ubuntu.
And so that means, and so that goes for your children.
Yes.
They have to be able to see that
Mm-hmm.
by you making sure that they're participating right along with you
And
because
you're
of the action that you're doing.
Yeah. And you're participating with them because you've got to let your child know that their dream is as
Mhm.
important as yours. Their dream is as important as yours.
Did you mention some of the affirmation prayers?
I haven't gotten there yet.
Or mention some?
Okay. So, our affirmation prayer
Mm-hmm.
is this: may my ambition never outgrow my awareness. May my children never question their worth because of my mission.
My dream, my job.
May the home I build be full of love, not just trophies. May we all dream out loud together.
Wow.
We should put that on the site so people can
Yeah.
get it.
I will. I think today I will make sure that I put that on the site when the show is over. How's that?
Sounds good.
What's our closing time since we're heading towards that?
Okay, so the thing we want to, or the idea that we want to leave you with is this. We'd like to encourage you to talk with your children this week. Ask them, how does my dream feel to you? That question alone could shift your whole household. How does my dream feel to you? It may not be what you think. They may be excited about your dream, but they may feel left out because of your dream. You have to encourage them to be honest, open, and transparent. And what is that? That's hot. Teach them to be hot from a very young age, and they will carry it with them.
Exactly. So remember, when you are taking this journey together, man, and don't let the togetherness just be you and her. Oop, I don't want for the mic.
Or you and him.
Him.
Or
Remember-
just you.
Exactly. That togetherness has to include your children along with the two. And
Absolutely.
that makes that unity, that Ubuntu, all together. Take care until next time. God bless and Ashe.